being recorded.
The 1%, written by Patrick Hampton, edited by Taylor Lang. Exterior, downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop, day. Agent Lauren Morris, a mid-30s female who is one of the FBI's star agents, walks to the edge of the roof. She stares over to the Hollywood Roosevelt. She and the LAPD SWAT team, the edge, she pulls out a pair of binoculars, putting them to her eyes to get a closer view. Scope POV. Patrick P.H. Hampton, 28 and a typical wannabe Hollywood actor type, paces around a room, having a heated conversation with someone out of view.
There you are. You're mine now, Lion.
A nearby SWAT member pulls out a high-tech camera.
Agent Morris, do you see the target?
Patrick sits down on the edge of the bed as Flowmaster and Anthrax, two hip-hop producers and artists, walk into view. Flowmaster is huge and imposing, thick with muscles, and Anthrax is a blood, covered in tattoos representing his hood.
Just hurry up and set up the machine. Who are we surveilling? We're following a lead on a package being sent to one of the underworld's best hitmen. Didn't they brief you at the station?
Well, yes, sir, but
If I need the LAPD, I'll ask. Just do your job and get me a picture of them.
Her focus redirects to Patrick.
Who are you?
Suddenly, Agent Morris realizes that she recognizes him, but she struggles to remember where from or how. Her head hurts with the efforts of trying. You okay, sir? She brushes him off in annoyance, grabbing a bottle of aspirin from her pocket. She pops a few of the pills to numb the migraine. Interior, Hollywood Roosevelt hotel room, continuous. A chill goes down Patrick's spine. He gets up off the bed, suspicious, and slides the curtain closed. Exterior, downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop, continuous. SWAT 1's camera is pointed at Patrick as the curtain slides shut. The camera's shutter goes off a moment too late. Agent Morris snaps out of her stupor.
Please tell me you got a photo.
SWAT 1 shakes his head.
I told you to get one. That was all you had to do.
sorry, sir, we just missed him.
Agent Morris steps up to SWAT 1 and grabs the camera away to double check the files. There's nothing of use.
Don't you get trained to do your job properly?
She shoves the camera hard into his chest. Well, yes, sir, but we look at them. They're small time. Why didn't you request backup and just let the LAPD handle it?
Lion isn't something the LAPD is equipped for. Not that I expect you to know that.
Interior Roosevelt, Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room continuous. Anthrax walks to the end of the room where 3 hookers stand in a line, topless. They all pack drugs.
Hey ladies, we all cool? How about after you finish chopping that, we get to a drink and fuck?
Patrick talks with Floww in the other corner.
Bro, I already told you how I feel about meeting in places like these.
Chill, little G, we cool.
Patrick and Floww look at each other and a look of mutual understanding creeps onto their faces.
I just got one of those feelings.
Again, shit, man.
He shakes his head in disbelief.
I swear you're psychic.
Patrick smirks, not confirming the idea, but not denying it.
Well, whatever it is, let's just get out of this place. I don't like this feeling.
Exterior, downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop continuous.
They're vigilantes, gentlemen. Modern day Robin Hoods who believe they operate outside of the law.
Interior Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room continuous. Anthrax gives a package to Flowmaster. Profile, Anthrax. Green numeral text correlates with Agent Morris's dialogue in typewriter format.
Anthony Anthrax Huston, runner, pimp, small time.
Exterior downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop continuous. Agent Morris walks from the ledge, followed by the members.
Busted a few times for possession and aggravated assault.
Interior Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room continuous.
So why do they call you Anthrax?
Because I killed it.
Flowmaster and Anthrax shake hands. Profile, Flowmaster. Green numeral text correlates with Agent Morris's dialogue in typewriter format.
Delvin Flowmaster Miller, hip hop artist, got tied up with some cyber crimes, master in marketing and media.
Exterior downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop continuous.
Who's the white boy?
Agent Morris doesn't respond right away. A distant look crosses her face as a flashback, a car accident from her past, creeps in. She seems shaken, remembering the ungodly noise. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room continuous. Profile, Patrick P.H. Hampton.
Unknown.
What do they call you?
pH, like balance.
You acidic or basic?
I like to stay at an 8 and melt your brains with realism.
Anthrax is taken aback by the witty retort. He looks over to Floww.
I like your boy. He's a real one.
You have no idea. Catch you on the drop.
Exterior downtown Hollywood Boulevard, rooftop continuous. Agent Morris answers a phone call.
This is Morris. Okay. Thanks.
She looks over to her team with a seemingly clairvoyant expression.
It seems Mr. Miller has a few outstanding parking tickets. Let's go ask him a few questions.
She tucks her hair behind her ear, revealing an earpiece, and talks into her watch.
It's a green light on Miller. Go pick him up. I really love a chat with him and his friend.
Interior Hollywood Roosevelt, elevator. Floww and Patrick ride in the elevator.
Oh, homie, you really need to chill out during business.
Bro, power placement. Nothing but trouble comes from the drug world.
Well, we ain't in it. We just delivery boys.
He tosses the package in the air. Exterior Hollywood Roosevelt, continuous. Floww and Patrick exit the hotel and see several LAPD officers walking toward them, pushing through the crowd. Floww looks over to Patrick.
God damn it, I hate when you're right.
They lock eyes.
Race you back to the lab.
Floww tosses the package to PH.
Just in case.
You're only saying that because you're black.
Damn straight. And you know I'm right.
Floww takes off toward Highland Avenue. Patrick shakes his head, unable to argue. He takes off toward Sycamore Avenue. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room continuous. Anthrax pulls one of the girls up and gives her a lascivious look. Before he can really get invested, the door is busted down by the LAPD SWAT. Everyone panics. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, day. Flowmaster, pursued by officers, runs down the street bumping into people. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, mall. Patrick runs into the mall and ducks into a quick hiding spot as the officers pass. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, street. Agent Morris walks onto the street, putting her hand to her earpiece.
What's the status?
Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, cop car. Red and blue lights flash, and a SWAT member has his hand to his ear. Flowmaster's in the background, handcuffed, pressed up against the car.
We caught Miller.
Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, street. An FBI SUV pulls up to Agent Morris.
What about the other one?
Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, cop car.
He got away, sir.
Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, street. Agent Morris searches the crowd. Patrick, wardrobe changed to stylish suit and hat, walks past as she enters the back seat of the SUV.
You're lucky. Going after a lion. When did we lose visuals on him?
She does a double take, recognizing Patrick as he passes in a full suit, but she doubts herself. She thinks that she'd just seen a ghost from her past. Flashback audio of a car burning after an accident. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, the Iguana. Patrick strolls into the store. Police rush by. Interior FBI SUV. Agent Morris flips through a case file full of articles and clippings. Angle on headline, a Sacramento paper. Mysterious hero pulls man out of burning van. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, the Iguana. Patrick exits the store in a suit. A cop runs past him as he tips his hat and secures the package in his hands. Exterior Hollywood Boulevard, cop cars.
He vanished into thin air.
Interior FBI SUV.
No one just vanishes. No, he is just that good.
She digs deeper into the file. Interior police station interrogation room. Flowmaster sits in his chair patiently. Out of boredom, he calls out.
Why you got me here? Arresting a black man on the run because he has no ID? What American dream? You mean slavery? Y'all just haters.
Agent Morris enters the room carrying a file. She catches the attention of Flowmaster, who looks her up and down.
Well, hello, pretty lady. Where have you been my whole life?
Hating on it.
Well, I'm loving the attitude.
Delvin Miller.
And you even know my name. It's like I was meant to be.
She continues as if he didn't hear his advances.
36, disc jockey.
She slams the file on the table.
A few drug charges, assault. Now, what is a guy like you doing at a drug bust?
Officer, you have no idea what you are talking about.
And why were you running away from the police?
Man, I'm black. When we don't run from the police, especially after everything going down lately,
Your ignorance isn't going to work here.
then where's it going to? As you may know, my Fifth Amendment rights state I don't have to talk to you. If you would like to call my civil rights ignorant, then I will have to ask you why you holding me. If you don't have a reason to hold me under arrest, I would have to take my leave. Thank you.
Interior, the lab, night. Patrick PH sits in the lab, researching on a laptop. Flo stumbles in, sweaty and tossed around.
Yo, took you long enough.
Don't get me started.
Flo falls on the couch. PH tosses him the package.
Yo, I hope this job was worth all the hassle.
Almost wasn't, even though that lady cop was mighty fine.
PH smirks, gets out of the chair, and hands Flo a receipt.
Yo, next time you invite me out to lunch, tell me it's a working lunch and remember to pick up the bill.
Flo notices the clothes that PH has on.
Nice dig.
Thanks. Picked them up on my way over here from the Roosevelt.
Flo looks confused.
Was thinking about wearing them out tonight.
What's good with tonight?
Bro, forgot about the gala?
The word gala grabs Flo's attention.
The biggest party in LA? Everyone's gonna be there.
Flo rises like a zombie from the couch.
I would miss this for my grave.
Then get your ass ready and the job calls.
He throws a bag of clothes at Flo.
What are these?
Yo, I went shopping on my run back here.
Interior Hollywood Roosevelt basement. Anthrax sits still with a burlap sack on his face. It is quickly ripped off, dazing his head and exposing the bright spotlight shining on his face. Lion, the figure in the shadow, shines a light directly at him.
Where's the package?
Anthrax, disoriented, tries to make out the mysterious man's face.
What are you talking about? What package? You mean drugs? You want drugs? Women? I can get you a fine-ass Latina.
Lion walks around him, his face covered by the shadows, and smacks him in the face. XCU, Lion's eyes glowing in the dark. Lion's voice is deep, worn, and wise.
Don't play dumb with me, boy. Where is the package?
He slaps Anthrax in the face again.
Homie, I don't know.
48 hours. You have 48 hours to get me what I want.
I have no idea what you're talking about. How the hell did I get here? I thought I was going to jail.
48 hours.
He clicks the timer on his watch, putting it on the table. The ticks echo throughout the room. Anthrax struggles in the chair.
When I get out of here, I'm going to kill you. On Bloods.
Lion grabs a cloth and puts a liquid on it.
No one can hear you. Time is running short. Tick, tick, tick.
What was in it? Maybe I can replace it.
Lion shoves the cloth in Anthrax's face.
Secrets, boys, secrets. Something you are keeping.
Anthrax struggles and passes out. Exterior Gala Valet night. A Mercedes-Benz pulls up. Flo and PH get out of the car, looking fresh.
What's the plan?
Why can't you let me brief you before we get a job?
It keeps me on my toes.
You're one crazy motherfucker. No wonder I find myself around you, OG.
You gonna fill me in? Or do I need to figure it out myself?
Flo hands PH a tracking device.
Look, I need you to put this on a certain leg.
Don't tell me we're stalking one of your exes again.
Flo's eyes drop, and he gives a fake laugh.
Ha ha ha, funny. You can't let that go. It only happened that one time.
So this isn't one of your exes.
If I'm lucky, she will become one. if you know what I mean.
PH gives him a serious look.
Seriously though, the chick is some billionaire hires. She's in the middle of a drug deal. We just need to figure out where she's stashing everything.
Man, you know how I feel about drugs.
It's wrecking. Just place the tracker on her. We get paid.
How much we talking about?
10 racks.
All right.
PH looks at the tracking device. He tosses it up in the air and catches it.
Might as well have some fun while I'm here. Who's the target?
A group of models walk past them. Floww rubs his hands together as the girls look back at PH.
Man, sometimes I just hate you.
Don't sweat it, brother. Looks like there's enough for both of us.
They head to the gala entrance door. Montage. Interior hotel room. Night. Agent Morris opens up the door to her room. She walks over to a desk full of pictures and reports of Lyons cases, with an article titled, "God Bless Detective Smith. 2 injured in a deadly van crash. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt. Basement. Anthrax gets placed on a waterboard. They watch ticks in the foreground. Interior gala. Night. Floww Masta and PH drink with models having the time of their lives. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt. Basement. Anthrax gets waterboarded. Lion.
Where's my package, boy?
Interior hotel room. Desk. Night. Agent Morris stands studying the desk with a file in her trembling hand. Her past accident still haunts her. Flashback. Interior. FBI van. Day. Agent Morris wakes up sideways, strapped tight into the passenger van chair. Smoke and fire rise around her. She looks over at her partner, Agent Dawn Smith.
Dawn, we gotta get out. Dawn!
She reaches over and touches him. He is limp. His head moves, revealing a gunshot wound to the head. Smoke fills the van. Agent Morris can't get out of her seat belt. She struggles for her life.
Help. God. Please help me.
She begins to fade into unconsciousness. The passenger door opens and a hand reaches in. A silhouette of a man comes into focus. Agent Morris loses consciousness from the smoke and the heat. Interior hotel room. Desk. Night. She throws a file on the desk and a picture of PH falls out. Lion is on the paperwork all over the desk. Interior. Gala. Night. Floww spots the target. He hits PH on the arm to get his attention.
Hey, bro, that's our girl.
He motions over to Phoenix Stone, female, mid-20s, beautiful with classy edge. She walks through the crowd toward the bar.
She's the heiress to a huge hotel chain. Rumor has it that she's smuggling drugs on a private jet.
Wonder who wants the information? Cops? Gang? Maybe it's a family rival.
Look, I don't ask questions. Keep our job simple and clean. Just place the bug and find her plane. The rest is up to the client.
Phoenix notices PH among the crowd. She gives him a dazzling smile.
Bro, I'm happy we don't have to work too hard. Catch you in the car when you're done. Make it quick. Got to be back to the studio. We on.
He pats PH on the back and exits the gala. Interior gala, bar, night. Phoenix walks up to the bar and tries to order a drink. All the bartenders are busy. She's stressed. PH steps up to the bar next to her. She turns around, realizing who it is. She brushes her hair behind her ear, looks over to him and smiles.
Terrible service here. Any chance you can help a girl in need?
I might be able to lend a hand.
Floww, in the other part of the room, talks to PH through the mic on his headphones.
I don't know how you do it, bro. You got to teach me your Jedi tricks one of these days. Seriously.
Phoenix raises a sultry brow.
Just a hand.
PH pulls out a $20 bill and the bartender comes right over.
Could I get a martini? Dirty on the rocks, and
He studies Phoenix for a moment.
a lady will have a Nickeroni.
Hell's a Nickeroni.
How'd I do?
The bartender drops off the drinks. Phoenix picks hers up and takes a sip through a straw. She gives off a smirk.
If that's me lending a hand, imagine what the rest of you could do.
Phoenix grabs a napkin and writes down her number. She shoves it to PH's chest.
You should give me a call. I'm only in town for a couple of days, but I'm curious to see if you can guess anything else I like.
Phoenix turns to leave, but as soon as she does, Anthrax falls through the front door of the party. Beaten and bloody, panic ensues. PH grabs Phoenix's wrist and suavely whispers in her ear, distracted from the chaos.
I already know your tastes. Can you guess mine?
He slips the tracker in her purse. She's taken aback as she steps away, getting lost in crowd. Flo gets to the door and sees Anthrax passed out on the ground.
Hey, brother, we got a little problem here. I need you back here.
Interior, the lab, night. Flo throws open the door. Anthrax is slumped on PH's shoulder. They head into the studio and PH puts him up on the couch.
Come on, PH, not there. He's all bloody.
Well, where do you want me to put him then?
Flo grabs a bunch of plastic bags to lay on the couch. PH puts a beaten Anthrax on the newly covered couch.
We don't want any stains on the couch. It's blood, man.
PH looks at him, not caring about the opinion. They both stand back looking at Anthrax, who is asleep.
Lion, the package. Lion, the package.
What's he talking about?
PH approaches Anthrax to listen to the mumbles.
Lion, the package.
You catch that?
PH shushes Flo.
Lion, the package.
Lying the package?
PH glances over to Flo.
What package are you talking about, P?
Flo gets a bit nervous and takes a step back.
What have you brought me in the middle of?
Shit, bro, I got no idea what's going on.
A phone rings. It's somewhere in Anthrax's clothes.
Don't answer it.
PH searches Anthrax's pockets, finds the phone, answers on the speaker, and tosses it to Flo Masta. He catches it with his hand over the receiver.
Age before beauty.
PH urges him to answer the phone.
Hello?
Lion's voice comes over the speaker.
I see you have found my dirty work. The man in front of you had something very precious to me, a package of sorts. It took a bit of persuasion, as you can see. He squealed at the end that a few of his constituents might have it. I would like to get this back very soon, or I'm going to have to continue on my rampage. 48 hours.
What's so important about this package?
Interior, Hollywood Roosevelt, basement. A mic stands next to a tape deck with a message running on loop.
I see you have found my dirty work. The man in front of you has something very precious to me, a package of sorts. It took a bit of persuasion, as you can see. He squealed at the end of that a few of his constituents might have it. I would like to get this back very soon, or I'm going to have to continue on my rampage. 48 hours.
Interior, the lab, night. Patrick and Flo stare at the phone for a moment before reacting.
Man, what the fuck did you do?
Flo steps over to Anthrax and slaps him in the face.
Thrax, what did you do? The fuck is this?
No response. He taps Anthrax's face again.
Yo, JD, we could really use you to wake up right now, brother. It's kind of important.
Where's the package, Flo?
Delivered.
Undeliver it.
You know the tracker you put on that chick?
Yeah.
Well, that was a part of it.
What do you mean, part of it?
My directions were very specific, to plant and ship in a certain mailbox.
PH pops Flo in the shoulder.
You made us an accomplice to assassination?
No way, never. I don't need that heat.
Well, too bad, bro, because we're in the middle of this fire.
PH storms out of the lab. Exterior, the lab, night. Scope, point of view. Flo throws the phone and tosses his hand over his head in disbelief. Montage. Interior hotel room desk. Agent Morris puts up a picture of Flo and a sketch of Patrick on the suspect lens for Lion. Dolly, BTB of Agent Morris. Agent Morris steps a step back from the desk and looks at the evidence. Interior bus, night. PH's head lies on the window. He put earbuds in and listened. Insert music placement and watches streets pass by. Interior Hollywood, sunset mailbox. Flo rushes down the street carrying a sledgehammer. He reaches a specific mailbox and swings at it, breaking the door. He drops the hammer, angle on the mailbox, empty, no package. Interior hospital, Mary's room, night. PH sneaks into the room. The door shuts a bit loud.
Patty, is that you?
He walks over to the bed.
Yeah, Mom, it's me. It's late. You should be sleeping.
Mary, early 50s, lays in a hospital bed, hooked up to monitors.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
PH cringes when he hears this.
Mom, come on. Please don't say that.
What? Dead?
She looks at her son with motherly eyes.
Death is a part of life, son. My time might be up sooner than later. The only hope I have in this world is that you live a happy and fun-filled life, my baby boy.
PH smiles. Exterior, 7-Eleven convenience store, side of building, night. Floww walks over to a drug dealer.
Yo, I'm looking for a fix.
You a cop?
Like a fucking pig to you?
The dealer studies him for another moment, then relaxes.
What you want?
What you got?
Interior hospital, Mary's room, night. PH sits on the side of the bed holding his mother's hand. A dream catcher swings over her head.
The doctor says we'll be able to get you out here next week.
She puts a hand on his face.
You're such a sweet boy.
He places his hand over hers.
How did I get blessed to have an angel like you in my life?
I'm far from an angel, Mom. Our life has been far from blessed.
If your father was here, everything would be all right.
Mom, stop. When are you going to get that man out of your head? He left us when I was a kid. He's not coming back.
The brightest days are still ahead of you.
PH looks away. She notices something is wrong. The nurse knocks on the door.
Mr. Hampton, may I have a word with you?
PH smiles and puts his mother's hand back on the bed.
I'll be right back.
Interior hospital hallway. The nurse and PH step outside Mary's room.
How's she doing, beautiful?
She blushes.
She's doing as well as expected after major surgery, but she isn't healing up as quick as we hoped. The doctor thinks she'll take a few more weeks to heal.
PH looks at his mother through the glass.
I was asked to hand you these when you came in for a visit.
She hands over some paperwork. PH looks at them. His face drops.
I thought Obamacare was supposed to help us out in this situation.
He examines the papers closely.
Is everything okay? I've been missing our visits.
He looks back into the room at his ill mother.
I wish it was. Seems like God has my number.
The nurse grabs her cross.
Is there anything I can do to help?
PH flirts with her. He pushes her hair behind her ear.
Any way you can lose this for me?
Meet me at the desk.
She gives him a devilish smile.
Paperwork goes missing all the time.
She walks away, shaking her ass. PH can't help but stare. He shakes his head and goes back into the room. Interior hospital, Mary's room, night.
What was that all about?
She just gave me an update on your treatments.
PH looks down.
What's the matter?
It's nothing, Mom.
What's with that dark look? You can't fool your mother. I know all.
PH walks over and kisses her on the forehead.
Save it for your clients when you get better. Just some money things. I got to get going, okay? I'll be back in a few days.
He moves towards the door.
Patty, even when everything is all burned to hell, a phoenix can still rise from the ashes.
PH stops. A light bulb goes off in his head.
There's always hope in the darkest of days, where the light is forgotten.
He stops at the door and looks back.
Thank you for everything. I love you, Mom.
Interior, the lab, studio, night. Floww downs a shot of whiskey, pours another glass, and he cranks up the volume to get lost into the music. Interior, hospital, closet. Nurse and PH hook up in the closet. Interior, police station, morning. Agent Morris walks into the station with her coffee in hand and an armful of files. She hasn't slept, running off coffee and sugar. The police station is celebrating after the big drug bust. Seems like a celebration is in order. They tell you the street value on that bust yet?
Nothing.
We got a pool going. You in?
No, too busy.
I got 2.3 mil. Officer 2, Officer Donuts.
Hero's choice.
No thanks. I'm just a coffee girl. You know, gotta save my figure.
I'll remember for next time.
She smiles and keeps on walking to her temporary desk. Agent Morris puts down the coffee and paper. She sits down and sighs deeply. Officer 3 stops at her desk.
You need something?
The chief would like a word with you.
Thanks.
Interior, the lab, morning. PH walks in with a coffee and donuts.
Hello? Anyone home?
Flo walks out of the bathroom with a towel in his hand.
Didn't think I would see you again. Thought you bailed.
PH looks at him sternly as if deeply offended with such a notion. The towel hits him from off the screen.
Has homeboy talked any more since last night?
Nah, he's been dead to the world.
PH takes his jacket off and hangs it up in an awkward silence.
In case you're wondering, I went out to the mailbox to see if that other part of the package was still there.
And?
Nada. But I did take my frustration out on the box with a sledgehammer.
Good to hear you pulled a federal crime for no reason.
Better than anything you got.
PH reaches in his pocket and pulls out Phoenix's phone number.
A girl's number? So what?
PH smirks.
It's not just any girl's number.
You sly dog. I knew that there's a reason why I kept you around.
She's the only lead we have at the moment.
Anthrax coughs, startling the guys. Interior, police station, chief office, morning. Agent Morris knocks on the door.
Come in.
A cadet gets out of the room and exits. The chief, slightly overweight, amply decorated, and extremely humble, beckons her in.
Please take a seat.
Thanks, Chief.
She does as he says and settles into the seat.
Please, I'm not your superior, just your host. Call me Hank.
Thank you, Hank.
So, Agent Morris, how are you adjusting to Los Angeles?
It's fine. Thanks.
What a week, too. I heard about the bust, and I must say, congratulations. I know all of us here are grateful for your specialty in the field.
It was nothing really, just following a tip.
More tips like that, and you'll have the department's full support.
Yeah.
She looks around, getting slightly uneasy.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I wanted to give you an update on the case. We ran background checks on the girls. They've been through the system before.
And what about the guy?
That's a good question. The girl said he was there at the scene. I even interviewed a few of the initial officers, and they recall him being there too.
Lying.
That's why I called you. I don't know, but it could mean we have an internal issue.
She nods.
Since we have been blessed with you being here, the background checks on our three lady friends. I
He
was
slides
also
the case files across the desk to her.
hoping you could look over a cold case for me.
Chief, Hank, I'm already backed up as it is with my caseload. And now with...
Oh, no rush. I think this might help you in the near future.
He gets out of his chair and walks to the door.
It's a case that I have been working on for a while. Take a look at it and tell me what you think.
Out of respect, she takes the case file, but her expression says that she's really not interested in looking into it.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not making any promises.
Please, Agent Morris, let me know how the office can be of service to you.
Agent Morris gets up out of the chair and heads to the door.
Thank you.
She nods and exits the door.
Sorry again about your partner. We're here with you on this.
Agent Morris stops dead in her tracks and looks back in acknowledgement. Interior Police Station, Agent Morris' desk, day. She throws the case file on her desk, adding to a growing stack of other files. She sits down and starts in on some other paperwork. Interior, the lab, day. PH is on the phone with Phoenix.
Sounds good. Beautiful. I'll see you tonight.
He hangs up the phone.
Look at you go, Romeo. Player, player.
Sounds like I'm trying too hard.
Floww puts on a heavy fake English accent.
How many drops of sugar would you like in your tea?
PH walks over and sits in a chair.
Shit. That bad?
Yeah, drowning in the pond, bro.
Anthrax starts to cough, causing Floww to jump up and grab his chest.
Oh shit, I forgot he was even here.
PH punches Floww in the arm.
Yo, you lit?
Floww avoids the question. Close up, profile Anthrax. Anthrax coughs and slowly starts to move around.
Where am I?
You're alive?
Exterior motel parking lot. SUV day. Phoenix gets out of an SUV followed by her bodyguard carrying a bag.
What was that all about?
You got the night off.
I don't think he would approve of me leaving your side after last night.
Hold this.
She shoves her purse in his chest and digs looking for her lipstick.
Sometimes a girl needs to have a little normal fun.
She puts the lipstick on, puts it back in her purse, and grabs a gun, cocking it back. She hides it on herself, then grabs her purse.
Let's get this over with.
She walks towards the stairs, her bodyguard following. Exterior motel room, day. Phoenix walks over to the door and knocks. Interior motel room, day. 3 frat boys sit in the room watching porn. Frat 3 gets up and puts his ear to the door.
Who's there?
He looks through the peephole. Point of view, peephole, fisheye. Phoenix steps into the center.
I heard someone was looking to party.
The other 2 guys get up.
Yo, what's she saying?
Frat 2 pushes Frat 3 out of the way and looks into the peephole.
Fucking right. I'm always looking to party.
Exterior motel room, day. Phoenix motions to her bodyguard and pulls out her gun. Interior motel room, day. The frat boys hurriedly unlock the door. Exterior motel room, day. The bodyguard kicks the door in as soon as he starts to open it. Interior motel room, continuous. The frat boys are knocked over. The bodyguard walks in and grabs frat 1 and 2. He pins them to the wall with 1 arm each. Phoenix walks in. Frat 3 tries to get up. She puts her heel to his chest and pushes him down. The gun goes from her hip to the center of his temple in a fluid motion.
Where are the goods?
Frat 3 points to the bag on the bed. They usher the frat boys into the bathroom, securing the door. Phoenix goes to the bed and zips up the bag, which is full of blocks of powder.
Like taking candy from an overprivileged baby.
She walks over to the bodyguard and throws the bag on his chest.
I need to get ready for a date.
The plane leaves tonight.
She walks away.
Thanks for reminding me.
Don't be late.
Exterior motel parking lot. Car, day. Lion watches Phoenix exiting the motel through a pair of binoculars. Interior, the lab, day. Anthrax sits up with a swollen right eye.
How you feeling?
Why are you getting us involved with this shit, G?
Anthrax holds his composure. Flo goes and sits beside him, causing Anthrax to flinch and knock over a glass of water.
Don't touch me.
What's with the delivery you gave us?
Anthrax looks up with a gloomy expression.
It was a job. Shit, I'm better off dead.
Who was lying about the package?
Flo pleads for some cooperation.
Come on, man. We're in some deep shit because of you. Start filling this in. We're in this shit together now.
Yo, who beat you up?
Anthrax leans over, holding his side, still in his own reality.
Shit. They seized all my stash. I'm in it deep.
Yo, who beat you up?
Who cares about that? The question is, who's gonna kill me over this shit?
Flo pulls a gun on Anthrax.
I'll kill you right now if you don't start talking. Our lives are up in this shit now, too.
Flo puts his hands in the air.
Hey, okay. Only because we are homies from the hood. Just put that shit down.
Flo puts down the pistol.
Someone offered me money to hand the package off to someone with instructions. You got it like I got it.
Flo jumps up and slaps him in the head.
I thought the OGs taught you better than that.
Why would you do something like that?
Anthrax moves to the arm of the couch.
I needed the money.
Who doesn't?
Doesn't matter anymore. You should just shoot me. Less dead weight when you're running.
PH throws his hands up in the air. He's dumbfounded from the news. PH looks at Flo with intense disapproval.
What the hell did you drag us into?
He storms out of the room.
What's his problem?
Flo pulls the trigger of the gun. Anthrax jumps off the edge of the couch, but there's no gunshot. Anthrax grabs his side in pain. He puts his hands on top of his head.
Really in that deep, bro?
I'll be lucky to have a head attached to this body after this.
What level?
Mariana's trench deep.
Anything we can do? I got 2 stacks from that job.
He throws the money on the table.
I'll make some calls. It's gonna be a straight up hustle.
Let's get it. You know, hustling is one of my favorite things to do.
Interior police station. Interrogation room. Agent Morris interrogates Hooker 1, who's dressed in prison blues.
Hey, bitch, you gonna let me go?
I just have a few questions. Then we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, that's what the last pig said as he watched me get undressed.
He spits on the ground.
I heard they found you naked.
Doesn't give them the right to eye fuck me, licking those lips.
Why were you around all those drugs?
Where's Anthrax? Ask my baby. I don't know nothing.
Who's Anthrax?
Don't play me like that. He's the fine piece of prime rib you took out of the room with me. We was having a good time. When was the last time you were laid, huh? You like girls or guys? I picture you're a dick type of person.
Agent Morris quickly changes the subject.
We didn't arrest any anthrax at the scene. Never run into anybody by that name since.
Fucking snitch. I knew it.
What do you mean?
I saw one of those arresting officers take him to the stairwell. Fucking rat.
Flashback, interior, Hollywood Roosevelt, hotel room. Hooker 1 watches Anthrax being pulled out of the room by mass SWAT officers as she's getting her hands cuffed. Anthrax looks back at her.
Stay sexy, babe. See you on the other side.
Interior, 5-star restaurant, night. Phoenix sits at the table admiring herself in the room. In the spoon, PH sneaks up behind her. She sees him in the reflection as he approaches.
Sorry. Didn't think I was late.
Phoenix pretends to be surprised, a big smile crossing her face.
Hello, handsome.
She checks her watch.
In about 7 minutes, you would be.
He gives her a soft smile.
Good. I wouldn't want to keep an angel waiting.
She blushes.
I'm sure you wouldn't say that if you truly knew the type of girl I am.
There's only one way to find out.
Phoenix can't hold back her smile. Interior, Hollywood Roosevelt hotel room. Agent Morris goes back and checks the scene of the crime with the DSLR camera. She re-examines the room inch by inch, following the lead Hooker gave. Agent Morris walks out the door into the hallway. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt hallway continuous. She walks out of the room, looks around, and notices the exit stairwell.
When in Rome.
She takes out her flashlight and walks into the dark stairwell. Interior Hollywood Roosevelt basement. Agent Morris walks down a set of stairs and finds the room where Anthrax was held captive. Blood is still on the ground. She gets on her phone.
Can I get forensics over to the Roosevelt? I have a crime scene I need them to go over ASAP.
Interior, the lab, night. Anthrax and Floww sit in a room trying to brainstorm. The table in front of them is covered with a variety of drug packages.
Damn, that was quick.
Lots a few reinforcements to help.
A few of Anthrax's girls walk in. Floww points at his swollen eye.
What about that giant eyesore?
What?
Well, no offense, bro, but you do look like you got the shit kicked out of you.
Got it covered.
One of the girls gives him a pair of Gucci sunglasses. Interior, fancy restaurant, night. PH and Phoenix are having a grand time chatting. Exterior, club, red carpet, night. A limo pulls up. Anthrax gets out, wearing the sunglasses, and Floww and the girls follow. They tip their hats to the bouncers as they pass by. Everyone in line stares at them as they pass by. The doorman stops them from entering the front door. Anthrax slips a $100 bill from his pocket.
Good to see you tonight, Uncle Frankie.
He pats him on the shoulder. Same table, Jack? Floww looks at Anthrax.
Looks like it's gonna be a good night.
We got a big artist performing tonight. These ladies with you?
Bro, I'm insulted you asked. Do us a favor and just make sure the ugly ones don't get in.
The doorman laughs. Interior cop car, outside club, night. Cops watch Anthrax and Floww talk to the doorman, then they enter the club with the girls.
All units advised to be on the lookout for Anthony Anthrax Huston. Black male, early 30s, bald. Suspect in recent drug bust.
The officer in the driver's seat pulls up the file on the dashboard computer and compares the mugshot to the man in line. It's a match.
This is car 1324. I have a visual confirmation of the suspect at the diner club. Backup requested.
10-4, on its way.
Interior Hollywood Roosevelt basement. Agent Morris goes through the scene. She sees a waterboard set up. She walks over to the table with a phone, recorder, and mic. She hits play on the recorder.
I see you have found my work. This man has something that is very precious to me, a package a few of his constituents have. I would like to get this back very soon, or I'm going to have to continue my rampage.
Interior club dance floor. Floww, Anthrax, and the girls are enjoying themselves. Interior club owner's office. A dark figure looks over the dance floor. Chris Brown talks with the boss, El Padrino.
How we looking for tonight's show?
We looking good.
Break a leg, kid.
Thanks. And Thanks again for having me, Al Padrino.
The boys puts to Anthrax and Floww on the floor.
Bring him to me.
Interior club dance floor. Anthrax and Floww are chatting up some girls to dance with them. A bouncer walks in front of them, interrupting the moment.
The boss wants to see you.
Exterior club night. Phoenix and James walk into the entrance of the club.
Oh, why didn't you park valet? It's so much easier. Or are you just a cheap ass?
I have my reasons for everything.
She sees how long the line is.
Are you kidding me?
This is where you wanted to go.
She pulls him in close.
You know what they say. Test drive the car before you ride it. We have to make sure the engine works properly.
PH takes a step ahead of her.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
He walks up to the bouncer and talks to him quickly. Though we can't hear what they're saying, the bouncer opens up the ropes to let PH and Phoenix go through. She walks up and loops her arm around his.
Well, Mr. Mysterious, who are you with all these superpowers?
Oh, I can't tell you that. I need to keep my identity secret.
He winks at her as they get to the doorman. Hello, Mr. Eagle. Two of you?
Yes, please.
He opens the door for them. Patrick slips some cash in his pocket. Thank you, sir.
What did I say about calling me that?
Sorry, sir. They walk in.
Eckelman? I thought your name was Hampton.
Well, maybe one day I'll have the time to tell you about it. You should hear what they call me at the Playhouse.
Interior club owner's office. Anthrax and Floww are forced through the door. El Padrino overlooks the dance floor. Chris walks out of the room. Anthrax straightens himself up as Floww looks around, looking for an angel.
I've always wondered what was up here. This place is dope.
Anthrax hits him to be quiet. Interior club, Phoenix and PH dance. Interior club owner's office.
Good to see you, JD. I hope you have my money. Word is, your whole operation got busted.
We'll talk all kinds of shit, El Padrino.
Not like this. You have the whole boulevard talking.
Let him talk. It builds your business.
He motions to Anthrax's sunglasses.
Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me?
Anthrax reluctantly removes his sunglasses to reveal his swollen eye. El Padrino walks over to examine it.
Damn, boy, what have you gotten yourself into now?
Seriously, it's nothing.
If your father was still alive, you know he'd kill me seeing you like this.
He touches the wound. Anthrax winces in pain.
Damn, you gotta warn a guy.
Looks like someone got to you better than I ever could. You squeal?
El Padrino looks at his nephew with a serious expression.
That's my boy. No nephew of mine turns into a rat. Live and die in L.A.
I scratched up all I could. I got the girls working the floor as we speak to recoup the loss.
El Padrino hits him on the shoulder and sits in his chair.
Looks like you've been through enough hell. We'll talk later about where you stand. Just make sure I get paid.
Of course. Thanks, El Padrino.
Exterior club door. Agent Morris walks up to the doorman and shows him a picture of Anthrax.
You see this person tonight?
Could have. You know how many IDs I see in a night? Who's asking?
A federal agent running an active investigation. You don't mind if we look around inside, do you? Didn't think so.
She walks into the club, followed by two police officers. As soon as she's in, the doorman gets on the radio, reporting to his superior. Interior club owner's office. The bouncer gets a message over his radio and signals to El Padrino. Sir, we have an issue. He motions to Anthrax and then to the dance floor. El Padrino walks over and looks at the dance floor. He sees Agent Morris and the officers scuffling through the crowd.
AD, can you tell me why there are police searching my club?
Interior club dance floor. Phoenix and PH dance. Agent Morris searches the crowd nearby, accidentally bumps into PH and knocks him into Phoenix. They kiss.
I was wondering what was taking so long. Started to think you might not be interested.
Well, like you said, it's good to do a test drive.
PH smiles, lost for words, then looks over to see Agent Morris and the officers. Agent Morris looks back at him. You see anything?
Oh no, might be a ghost.
We need to get out of here.
Phoenix grabs him closer.
Hold on, cowboy. I'm just getting warmed up. And damn, so are you.
He grabs her by the wrist and shots ring out into the crowd. Phoenix and PH duck, reacting to the blast. People run for the exit. Agent Morris and officers draw their weapons.
Damn it, find out what's going on.
She looks back to see if PH is still dancing. They are gone. Interior club, owner's office.
What? I don't know what you brought into my house. If your dad wasn't family to me, get out of my sight. I'll deal with you later.
Anthrax and Floww exit.
Call the cops.
They're already here.
They don't know we know that. Call them now.
Interior club, hotel kitchen. PH leads Phoenix by the arm.
Wait, stop.
She pulls him to a halt.
We need to get out of here.
She looks at him and kisses him. Floww and Anthrax crash through the door.
Shit, bro, people are going crazy out there all over a few gunshots.
PH and Phoenix look over to see Anthrax freshen himself up.
Now, who's that bad bitch you're with?
He walks over and tries to introduce himself. Gunmen enter the kitchen and fire at everyone. Floww screams at the gunshots. Phoenix reaches into her purse and grabs her gun and fires back. She looks over to PH.
You're right. We need to get me out of here.
Where can I get me one of those?
What are you doing here?
Working. Seeing if we could dig up homeboy out of his pickle dip.
And?
It's all up to the Lord.
Like always.
Patrick, we need to go.
That agent I ran to is here.
Really? Damn, that girl is fine.
Patrick.
Ladies calling. See you back at the lab.
You know it.
They pound fists. PH and Phoenix rush out the back and into the alley. Anthrax is dumbfounded. He watches them exit.
We need to get out of here.
He hits Anthrax to grab his attention.
The weirdest thing.
What's wrong with you? G.
Anthrax shakes it off.
It's just, I think I know that girl from somewhere.
Gunshots echo through the club.
Let's try the back.
They run out an adjacent door. Exterior club, street, night. PH and Phoenix hurry to the car. Phoenix pulls PH in tight. They gaze into each other's eyes.
Why do I feel like this isn't your first rodeo?
Phoenix, I have a strictly don't ask, don't tell policy.
The mystery man gets more mysterious. How intriguing.
PH opens the passenger door.
Get in. And telling me why people are trying to kill you would be even more intriguing.
Phoenix kisses him and gets in. PH shuts the door. Exterior club, entrance, night. Agent Morris ropes off the door with yellow crime scene tape. Officer 2 reports to her.
8 injured, 2 fatalities, and no news on Huston.
I'm an air critical.
3.
Any suspects for the shooting?
Go ahead.
None at the moment, but we are at a Chris Brown show. They happen.
Interior, airport, car, night. PH finds a safe spot and pulls the car over.
You're really going to make this hard, aren't you?
That depends. Are you going to tell me why you planted a tracker on me?
PH is surprised and it shows.
Thought I was pretty suave.
You were.
She grabs his hand.
They could be after me for a load of things. Because of my family, like you, I have a strict don't ask, don't tell policy.
Phoenix grabs PH by the collar.
You see right through it. Why do I feel like you already know me?
Like-minded people always seem to find each other.
Well, in that case, I hope to see you again.
You're seeing me now.
Exterior, airport, car, night. Car rocks back and forth overlooking the airport. Exterior, airport, morning. PH stands by the car. He watches a private jet fly overhead. Interior, the lab, morning. PH enters the room. Floww and Anthrax drink coffee, recapping the night.
Look, it's the man of the hour.
How was she?
PH smirks.
Was it A Gentleman Never Tells?
Something like that.
Anthrax gets up and puts on his sunglasses.
I gotta bounce. PH, Floww, just want to thank you for having my back.
No problem, fam.
A friend of Flow's is a friend of mine. Where are you going now?
Gotta check in with the big man and see what's up from there. Probably gonna lie low for a while.
Stay safe and dangerous.
Always. That girl's something special, homie. Seriously, you have no idea how jealous of you. You found a real blood diamond.
Anthrax exits out the door.
So what happened to that girl?
She's off in a jet plane somewhere. What do you say?
Just that she looked familiar. He left another gift.
Floww hands PH an envelope.
What's this?
Your cut.
PH opens it up to find it full of cash. Interior police station, Agent Morris staff. Agent Morris fills out paperwork. The chief stops by, mid-donut, with a loaded coffee in hand.
Any news on the missing pimp?
No, he disappeared. Must have taken the back way out.
Well, this might cheer you up then. We got some more information about him from the girls. And it's
What is it?
interesting.
What is it?
Huston's a pawn to a bigger game.
Are we all?
He throws files on her desk over the paperwork.
Take a look for yourself.
He walks away, continuing on where he was going. Agent Morris sits at her desk and thinks. She looks at the top of her case files and stares. Exterior LA Metro bus stop, day. PH stands around, happy, with flowers in his hand. A tag on them reads, "For a wonderful mother." His phone rings. He looks at the display. It's a blocked number.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Eckelman, or should I say Mr. Parker? Or is it Mr. Hampton?
Who is this?
I would be lying if I told you.
Who's lying?
Exterior street, payphone. A shadow talks on the phone.
That's a question for further down the line. And furthermore, I have a question for you. Did you see the case file on the bench?
Exterior LA Metro bus stop. Patrick looks around and sees the case file. He walks over and picks it up. Interior police station, Agent Morris desk. Agent Morris reaches for the file. Exterior LA Metro bus stop. He looks around, searching for a place from which someone could be watching.
Where are you?
Exterior street, payphone.
That's irrelevant right now. What's important is that at the moment, I'm in need of a person with your skill set.
Go to hell. How about that?
I'm sure you will find some things in that file very interesting, along with the task I have set aside for you.
Exterior LA Metro bus stop, day. A picture falls out of the case file. It's a picture of Mary, Patrick's mother. Horrified, he opens up the file.
How'd you get these?
You aren't as much of a ghost as you think. You still have much to learn.
Who are you?
The phone goes dead. Patrick stares at it, processing, and then flips through the case file. Interior police station, Agent Morris desk, day. Agent Morris goes through the cold case the chief gave her.
Who are you?
Agent Morris pins up a picture of Patrick P.H. Hampton on a bulletin board. Fade to black.
Whew, thank you guys very much. That was awesome. That was really awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, too, for showing up. Like, that was brilliant.
Thank you very much. And
appreciate it,
thank
bro.
you for putting up with all the technical issues.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I appreciate you guys putting up with me. I appreciate it.
No, I mean, there's always something, right? Nothing's ever perfect. And we all just have to roll with the punches. Commend everybody on your work. All of your interpretations were very impressive. Steve, you really jumped in there. I can't thank you enough. And golly, Haley, not exactly typecast right there. So, but thank you.
Yeah, sorry if that wasn't like the best read, but definitely
no,
my zone.
We threw you in the deep end of the pond, and you did.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that. The pacing was awesome, Haley. So thank you.
And thank you so much, Nicole, for noticing Hooker 1 had not even been assigned. Just picked it up and ran with it, and I appreciate that. Patrick, I am going to start with my comments right here. At this point, Eric, we do a critique, always following the read. We offer constructive observations. So since I mentioned the Hooker Patrick, I think there are enough lines for that it could qualify as a supporting role, and I think you should give that character a name, an identity. Just my opinion. It's a minor supporting role, but if you're going to do this as a series, I don't know if that's going to be a recurring character or not. But if not, just for that scene, she could be elevated to supporting status, I think. And going back to, I don't know what page it was on, but Agent Morris said, "No thanks, I'm just a coffee girl, gotta save my figure."
Yeah, that's dated.
Yeah, I was gonna say that line is right out of 1958.
Yeah.
So I know you wrote this a while back, so I would just say, go through and update things to modern language. And Agent Morris strikes me as certainly tough and feminine, but she would never say that. No woman I know, no self-respecting woman I know. This is the day of body positivity. So she might say something like, I'm trying to eat clean. She would say that. She wouldn't say she's watching her figure. I mean, we just don't do that anymore.
You just nailed that. That was awesome.
So, whatever she would say. Then I personally believe you need more female roles. As a male writer, maybe it's not the first place your mind goes, but I do think, like the police chief, no reason that couldn't be a female. Change Hank to Harriet. Ronna gave me the idea by reading it, and I thought, this could be a female role. And there are a lot of shows with female authority figures, so I would give that some thought.
Yeah.
The hookers, if you have to have hookers, and I think you do have to have hookers, it's part of that world. I think the bare breasts in that early scene were gratuitous. You can get the same effect and maintain the actress's dignity by having the camera from behind them and showing them dropping their tops. So you just see their bare backs. And it's more tantalizing anyway to not see. It's like the Jaws. We didn't see the shark most of the time. So I don't think you need to walk in and see half naked women. And still, you can still have the same effect if you understand what I'm saying. And also, sex trafficking is a huge problem in the world today. If you're going to have hookers, just make sure they're not happy hookers. Even the hooker number one, who had the biggest line, these women are victims. They didn't get to that place. They didn't, they were not little girls and said, I want to grow up and be a hooker. So just put it in there. I think you should specify anyone who's playing a hooker needs to be a little beaten down. They don't, they're not glad to be there. So kind of, I think you should specify that in the narrative or in the action lines. And I would say don't put their bare breasts right on the screen unless, I don't know what audience you're going for. I don't know what network you're going for. So
yeah, this is written for like a Showtime situation, a primetime, and then that scene's more about drug dealing and more about cutting drugs than anything else. And that's where it's like usually in those rooms you do have nudity, not like taking off.
I still think it's gratuitous because
I don't
move
disagree
the
with that.
story forward.
Yeah,
anything that doesn't move the story forward, whether it's nudity, language, whatever, it's not necessary. That's my opinion about writing. As little as I know about writing, I know that anything that isn't necessary for moving the story forward isn't necessary at all. So
I like
that's
that
all I have to say about that. And Blood Diamond, that was a good line. I like that. That
Thank
told a story right there just by saying that.
Thank
So that's
you.
all I have to say. And now we can go on. Does your mom, Catherine, do you have anything to offer now that you've heard it in its current form? You didn't hear it for 5 years. You're on mute. You're still on mute, Catherine. There you
I
go.
have to do a shout out. Okay, I have to do a shout out to Nicole. I think she did an amazing job between Nurse, Phoenix, and jumping in. And Haley, you put on the spot. You did awesome. You really did. I could tell you were nervous about some words, but for the most part, you handled it pretty good. And I've totally enjoyed everybody just flipping their voices a little bit to adjust to their new character. And you guys all did a great job with the read. Really
including
impressed.
Patrick.
Actually.
You did that too, Patrick.
Yeah,
I agree. Okay, then we'll move on to, Ronna, do you have to go?
No, I just had a short comment.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, on page 12, the reference to the new clothes, you say nice digs. It seems to me nice digs is more in relation to where you live, apartment or house or something.
I think that's more modern slang, Ronna, that you and I are not familiar with.
So, well, yeah, rags or togs maybe, or some other thing. Because it just seemed to me that was, kind of an oversight. And that's all. Otherwise, I thought it moved pretty well and had a decent story with it, and yay.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have Bob Webb.
Come back to me.
Okay, Kathy, you have to unmute. There you go.
Hi. Let's see. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it very much, and I really don't have much more to say.
Okay, and Haley.
Yeah, thanks everyone for bearing with me as I read that. I feel like
No, don't
Yeah.
apologize. You did great.
and then I was gonna say, I wonder if you'd want to call it sex worker, just in terms of like modern.
That is more
what
modern.
things are.
That's a great note.
Though I'm wondering, like, obviously this story is older. I don't know if you want to make it as it's a looking back story, or if you want to keep things current. You know what I'm saying?
Is it
But
a
I do
period piece or what is it?
Pardon?
I mean, it's just older. Like it definitely took place I think you said like over 10 years ago or something, right?
I wrote it 5 to 8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but where is
Okay.
it set? Is it modern day or?
Oh, it's present. It's set in present time. Yeah. So it's
Okay,
just
so
a
then,
little
yeah.
dated. You guys are right. It is a little dated, but yeah.
Yeah. So maybe just like going through it again and getting some of those terms up to like modern terms.
Cool.
Like you said, you wrote it before Me Too. You wrote both of them before Me Too. So just put it through the modern filters.
True.
I think you'll fix all of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the pacing was good, and I liked the flashback, the flash cuts and all of that. I mean, reading it could be a little bit confusing, but I could see how it could be really interesting to sort of like cut back and forth between different scenes. So I liked that aspect. Yeah.
Okay. And before I go on, is there anyone who needs to leave right now? Sorry,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Who? Kathy? Was that you, Kathy?
Right now. Yes.
Oh, okay, you've already done your critique, so you can.
Yes.
You can go bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks.
Okay, but is there anyone who has not done a critique who needs to go next? Bye-bye, Kathy. Drea, okay, I'm gonna let Drea go next.
I like you raising your hand, Drea, too. Thank you for doing the Zoom stuff.
Yeah. Zoom is not going away. I really don't have any qualms. I really like the script. I think that it could, if you, when I'm going to speak in when it does go into like being produced into a series, I think that there's a lot of places where you can take it, and that's great. My one qualm, and it's a very small qualm, but it's a qualm. There's got to be some more POC people represented.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Of everything, because I mean, out of everybody that's here, there's what, 2 to 3 POCs in this room right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a series that's like based on hip hop, and you're talking about a series that's based on, that world of LA.
Yeah,
Let's
to
get
be realistic.
POC people in this room. That's my one qualm.
We have some work to do, Drea.
It's a qualm that's going to come with networking, and it's going to come with reaching out to other people. But that's
I think you left a lot of it open, Patrick, as far as the characterizations, so that kind of anybody could fill certain roles.
Yep.
That's why I thought you were open to my idea of the police chief being female, for instance. So I think you hit it right on the nail, Drea, and a lot of it will be very easy to flip into whatever actor.
Yeah, but because like I said, I think the script can go in a lot of great ways to where you can stretch it out for seasons if you wanted to. But yeah, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm
And
coming from.
I fully agree with you. My writing style is all about equity and equality. So I definitely want to get more POCs on the screen, and that's in general in all my work. So I appreciate that note. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Drea. And Haley, you had something?
Oh, I was just going to say, Drea, do you mean also in the Sunday table read group too? Because I think that's probably part of that.
So this is actually my first table read that I've been available for through just the group in general. I think my whole thing with inclusivity is that if it doesn't affect the story at all, there's no reason why you can't turn Brittany, who is white and blonde, into Brittany, who is Latina, or who is Asian, or who is Black. If it doesn't affect the story at all, what does it matter if she's a person of color and you have a very talented actress who can step into that role? There's no reason. There's no reason for that.
Yeah. I'm just going to shout out to my brother Eric for coming in, for filling in that role for me, because that was really thankful and helpful.
Thank you.
Yes. for taking the time and putting up with all the technical issues.
Oh, no problem at all. I appreciate being a part of it.
And I really liked your interpretation. You had some shining moments, I thought, in some lines that you did. You just really, you listened to your cues and you responded in kind, and that's what actors do, and I appreciate that.
Oh, I appreciate that
really
as well.
have to agree. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And the digs part as well. I thought about that and I was like, let me just stick to it. But that was a great catch too, as far as in changing that term or slang.
Whatever works for the modern day. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know, but Rana was right. I had never heard it used that way before.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, a good catch, Rana.
And Drea, thank you. Did you have any additional comments, Drea?
I think that was about it. I did agree with a lot of the comments that were made about the whole sex worker terminology that needs to be changed up a little bit. And there is that in the script. In the script, she's referred to as like, the hooker. It's like, yeah, if she has that many lines, give her a name. Call her Stella. Call her whatever.
She may be a sex worker, but she's a person.
She was such a good, like, she just came more to life hearing her, like that was one thing that was great to hear her finally come to life. Like, yeah, that's a character. That's a character.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nicole, for doing that. Picking up and being the hooker. Good girl.
Honestly, like if she turns out to be somebody that you want to use further down in the series, use her. Give her a name and use her later down in the series.
Yeah. Just got to modernize that terminology and you'll be good to go. Let's see. Bob, are you ready or should we continue on? Okay.
There was one thing, the gunfight that broke out at the club. I don't know if the rhythm was wrong, but I assumed two people got at each other and pulled guns. But with all the context of everything else, it was really confusing to me.
I appreciate that note. I do. I wrote that scene based off of there was kind of like what just happened with Justin Bieber and his birthday party. Someone, like, there was a fight and like a gun just got randomly pulled out. So it was just one of those like random situations that could happen and appear.
Right.
And that's why I wrote it like that. But I do agree with you on that note. Definitely.
It might just be a rhythm thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely. I know how to fix that too. So thank you for that note. Yeah, that's great.
That was all I had.
Okay, cool. All right, then Rhonda, did you say everything you wanted to say? You just had that quick number?
I did. Being an old G, modernizing stuff, I don't know everything either. I used to know everything, but my children tell me I am smarter than I used to be, but otherwise.
That's because they're smarter than they used to be. They just don't realize it.
There they go. There you go. So.
Okay, so Steve Adams, I love your voice, Steve. You put so much character in all of your characters. So thank you.
And enjoy reading the parts. I liked the structure of the script, that the slow reveals, that throughout the script we gradually learn more and more about these people and their relationships to each other. I liked that aspect of it.
Okay, is that about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your voice was epic, by the way. Thank you so much,
right?
Steve. Legitimately, like, definitely have to give you.
Yeah, I really think you should get into voiceover, by the way.
Yeah, like after just hearing your voice in that situation, it was just like Eric's voice, it carries amazingly.
Yeah, I have a good voiceover coach for you if you're interested.
Yeah, shoot me the name.
Okay, I will contact you. Mr. Wright, would you like to offer any observations? Eric?
Yes.
Do you have any thing to say? Any observations?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It was given to me kind of on the run. So I'm exactly gonna, after we get off the phone, actually gonna read over it again because I'm listening to everybody else and I'm liking what they're saying.
And you can always
so
contact. You can contact Patrick on your own, of course, because you're friends. So that'd be fine.
Yeah, but I like everybody's compliments and what they're giving in, and then I'm reflecting on it and going back and thinking about it and like, wow, they're right. Wow, that hooker did have a lot of lines. You know what I mean? So we do need to be smart to give her a character, and the fact of also modernizing a few things and not calling them that. Excuse my language, but I'm just reading the script.
Mm-hmm.
And just changing up and fixing it there. And I do respect what he said about the gun scene, because that part was tuned in all the way in, and seeing that it kind of did have like a rhythm jump, but that's like a small hiccup that is not I don't feel is too bad, but I definitely understood what he said, because I was staying on it, like kind of filling into what Flow's attitude was at the time of what was going on. Being a ladies' man, it's kind of simple to get there and catch on to those times, but when we were going into the seriousness and then seeing that he was kind of like joking at some lines, I did kind of catch the rhythm kind of jump in the shooting scene. But I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved the table reading. I loved working with all these guys. He has one fella has an amazing voice. I don't know everybody's name. The narrator was great. Everything was on time, and you guys worked with me well. And the story hand in hand, I kind of liked it. And then I felt like it did have some comedy in it, or a little laughter here and there, so it kind of qualmed all together. So
Cool.
yeah, I appreciate all you guys. What I mean?
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I
making
do
those
stand
observations.
with the ladies. Yeah, I do stand with the ladies, though. Let's give that character a name, and then yeah, of course, when you do show them, let's not show them in a highlight, and you have a lot of them in there, so you're gonna have probably like a lot of ugliness and ran down females. But I respect what everybody's saying, because it makes sense, total sense. You guys have a lot more knowledge than me, and then just getting that insight kind of paints the picture all together. Like you're right, yes, kind of tone that down, and you can switch up a little bit. Me myself being POC and African American, you can add here and there. And Patrick, I know, is like when he's with me, his heart is open. He's not a man of color. What I mean? He's a man of a person with a heart. So I know, her, if she doesn't know him personally, he definitely has an openness to that, and I believe he would have did it as well. Outside of just the table reading. I mean, that's my friend as well. And like he said, he's all around color. I think he's like Waldo. So that's just me joking. That's me.
Where's your striped shirt?
He's not wrong.
And before we get to Jeanette, Mr. Wright, I would love to have you talk a little bit about your background and how you came to be involved.
Oh, yeah, I'm the son of Eazy-E, his first son. So I do music myself. I work in TV and film. I've done a comedy before. I'm on a reality show that we're airing now on WeTV called Growing Up Hip Hop, with a lot of different individuals that grew up in hip hop, as well as the Simmons, Run DMC's kids, Salt Pepper's kids. So I've been doing that for about 5-6 seasons now, and it's actually still in production for that.
And what was the name of the show again, please?
It's called Growing Up Hip Hop on WeTV.
Growing Up Hip Hop. Are Run DMC's kids all grown now?
Yeah. Angela Simmons, Vanessa Simmons, JoJo Simmons. Yeah. So we have a few characters on there. We have Bone Thugs and Harmony, their kids, which came from my father's legacy. So we grown, and we have Casey and JoJo, we're entertainers' kids on there. And we're on a women's network. So that goes back to me very much understanding and working with them for over 4 or 5 years, what I mean? The respects of, what I mean, highlighting or what words we use to put, the woman figure or characters in play. So we're on WeTV. We're on All Black as well, which we just got picked up this year for. And I've been doing that for a while outside of music. Appreciate that. And Patrick and me are friends. And we go back from when I toured. When the world opens up again, we have another 20-day tour in Canada. So, we picked up and became close in person when I was on that run with DJ Yeller, which is from NWA as well. And yeah, that's what I do. What I mean? So just an entrepreneur myself, trying to keep my father's legacy going. And I got fond of wanting to be in TV and film. And, Patrick lended that hand out, and I'm more than welcome to come and be a part of this.
Well, we're very grateful, and thank you for your time and showing up and sticking it out. Okay,
let me say this though, like Eric, like you definitely like you killed it, bro. You killed it walking in on the fly like that. Like, man, like respect, fam. Like, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, like always.
I appreciate it.
Good buddies, good buddies.
You know it, brother. You know it. You know it.
God bless.
Okay, now we have
Appreciate you, brother. God bless you.
Jeanette, I want to praise you for rolling with so many punches today. You were doing this, and then all of a sudden I had you do that, and then we added this, and you were just a little star. And I thank you so much for putting up with it and never complaining. So do you have any comments and observations for Patrick?
Well, you know me, I'm a team player and I love to do it all. When it comes to the film, and I told you my music background too. And by the way, Eric, I loved hearing some of your stuff, by the way.
Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated.
Definitely. Because I know some people, that's what I was telling Patrick and them. I know some people who know you. That's kind of funny. That's why I wanted to take part in this too. So that's kind of funny. But all in all, just how you had it written and going to the studio, that's what I loved about that. It's like, yeah, of course you're going to go to the studio. You're going to go and produce stuff. You're going to do that. So a lot of people would do that. They do the music stuff. I know that with the hip hop. That's totally where you go. We're going to go do our music. We're going to go chill out. Because my friends produce people. So I know that's totally on key, right? And that right there, I love that. Now the whole like the POC, I agree, because I am a POC myself. And that, I know, Patrick, when you wrote all of this, I know that we talked about that with the last one too, and updating all of that. So yeah, that's where you are with that. Just the structure of everything and how we read everything out, it just flowed more than anything. And I agree with the hooker and all of that too, because that can be updated because the whole women's structure. So it's pretty much what everyone else has said. I cannot like repeat anything really, because that's what I'm kind of doing. So I'm just flowing on everyone else's stuff.
Okay.
Great feedback. I appreciate it all. Like,
definitely
about to dive back into writing again and hearing this stuff, because this is like my old round of work too, right? I was explaining that earlier. So I've already written after this stuff, I've already written, I think, 6 features, 2 other TV shows and whatnot. And
so now that you're hearing old material in a modern interpretation, do you have a new vision?
Oh my gosh, like I forgot I wrote some of these words. Like legitimately, like I'm coming kind of fresh reading it too. I kind of like reread a little bit, but like, yeah, like I've been kind of distant from this work, but I'm coming back into the 1% project again. I have a lot of interest in a lot of my work in general. And it's just like, thank you guys. Absolutely outstanding from everyone jumping in, working with this. Sounded great. The 1% is mostly African-American cast in general. So yeah. That's
okay,
one thing
so
about
we're
you guys are getting everything on the mark that where I'm going to and everything too, which I really appreciate it. And like those little like niches and those things that I miss, and the rhythm and the pacing stuff, like the gunfight, like Bob said it right at the way. I'm like, yo, you are 100% correct. I know exactly what's going on there. And you know, that's some rookie mistakes, and like, you know, like the mistakes that I made 5 years ago that I like.
There's no mistakes. There's just learning opportunities.
True. So thank everybody. Like, awesome. It was amazing just to hear this piece come to life for the first time.
Was this your first read of it?
Yeah, for the 1%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Drifter VR was supposed to be read actually right on St. Patrick's Day when we closed down Vancouver. So like it feels like the world paused for me for 2 years, and now things are picking back up full force.
Pushing the play button again. Okay.
Yeah. So thank you guys for this. This is amazing.
Wow. Well, thank you everybody for your time. And
I didn't get to talk yet.
You didn't?
Nicole.
Nicole.
I'm sorry, my sex worker just spoke for me. So
that made me
started a whole conversation.
Please, yes.
Yeah, though, loved it. I can totally see this on like an HBO Max. And I also want to throw in there like queer and non-binary. I actually loved having so many women in this read, playing so many people, just to hear that feminine voice or whatever voice, like, and it's like not even about, I think what's cool about us is that you don't have to write for that group. You just like, it just is like, because like LA now is setting it, and now LA is just so colorful, so many options of things. So
just write a person, and whoever fits the role gets the role.
Yeah, it's all in the casting, and I did see a lot of like doing just like background stuff at HBO Max. Like they are like casting and including more and more. There's still more to go, but like it's definitely active. It's still very nude, but we have intimacy.
You know what I was
here.
wondering about? What do you think of this, Nicole? If one of the hookers, sex workers, was transgender?
Oh, I mean, like yeah. I mean, like it's not even just like any of the characters. It's not even the sex
Yeah,
workers.
I
like,
mean, it's more real. It's more.
Well, and I would just say like casting in general, like a lot of, even in backgrounds, they'll cast non-binary, talk to non-binary actors, and they're like, I don't know, I bring male and female clothing and I show up to set and let wardrobe pick. So, I mean, it's really like every scene has, or at least on like the new shows, every scene has every gender identity presented. And so that's really cool to see. And I think this kind of story, especially like the cool shows that are set like that are trying to be more young and Gen Z. I mean, like Euphoria style is leading the way for sure, and it's just going to be more of that. And I think this really lends to a very colorful world that is, and it comes to the castings, the writing's beautiful. I mean, like, yeah, the updates and everything, but like, I want to see this show. I want to be in this show. Let's do this show.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
I appreciate it. You know, the fun thing about it too, one of the other TV shows I wrote was actually a female central show called Lost City of Angels.
Well, you're just gonna have to put it on the reading schedule.
So this is like the male heavy centric side of the show. So that's why I focus more on the male side of it. And that was like the female centric like focus of it. And they balance each other out. And that's one thing I love about both these projects, that like, yes, but no, try to figure out that line and hit it right, because it's about equality and equity too.
I love it. And I just even want to hear more about the context. So
Cool.
Just so great to get to know your work today. And it's all Dre, it's my first day too in the group. So
That's right. That's right. Nicole
Love
is
it.
new. Dre
Killed
is
it,
new.
Nicole. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming from LA. That's, small world, right?
And it's like, I know all the spots and I'm new here. And I'm like, oh shit, I actually know where that is.
You know?
What a vintage. I just went there.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess we accomplished our goal. It took a little finagling, but we did it. So I
And
guess
congratulations, Alice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Alice, by the
have
way.
a new
thank
grandbaby
you so much.
as of
Like,
3:20 a.m. my very first. So yeah, I'm kind of tired. I need to sleep.
thank everyone so
You did
much.
an amazing job, Alice. Really did a great job putting it all
Oh,
together.
well, thank you.
Impressed.
You're very kind, Catherine. I feel it was
Very
a bit of a train wreck. I was trying to adjust everything kind of on the fly, but you're very generous, and so
Well,
is Patrick.
With lack of sleep, don't be hard on yourself. You did phenomenal.
Yeah, the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna confess, I dozed off in the middle.
You deserve the nap.
After I let Johnette take over, I kind of napped.
You deserve
Hey,
it.
it's okay.
Well,
It's
guys,
okay.
I'm going to get going.
I'm gonna let everybody go with my great thanks and great praise.
Thank you so
Applause
much,
to you
everyone.
all.
Thank you
Robert, I
all.
loved your voice too. You sounded great.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
All
Lot
of
of
you both
character
did an
thank
amazing
you
job.
all. Perfect.
I
Thank
want to
you,
read one
new
time for
people,
something
Nicole
else.
and Drea, for showing up and jumping
Yeah.
in. And we hope to have you back many, many more times.
Thank
So
you again.
bye-bye, everybody. I will,
Thanks.
Patrick, I will
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
It's already gone.
Bye,
I'm
Alice.
in the recording. Bye-bye.
Appreciate you.